Right, well, welcome back. We are at the end of pre-season. We are ready for our first competitive game as AFC Rushden Diamonds manager against Banbury, our first league game. So, pre-season, it's been a mixed bag in terms of results, as you can see, but I'm actually kind of pleased. Pretty much all our games were against teams from the Vanarama North and South, which is one division above us. I thought we were in Tier 8. We're actually in Tier 7. Yeah, so we were facing off against teams supposedly in a stronger league, and we competed really well in every game, I would say. Even though we didn't win all the games, we created a lot of chances. We've scored a lot of goals in pre-season. And overall, I'm pretty pleased. I am concerned about the defence. You can see we have conceded a lot of goals. We've only had one clean sheet during pre-season, which is worrying. I think I have been playing a 4-2-3-1. I think maybe I'm a little bit open, but I'm going to see how we go within our own division. Our final pre-season game of the season, we played a little local cup. We invited a lot of local teams, try and get as many fans in as possible, treat it as a little bit of a fundraiser. And we finished off against Bedford, who are in a different division to us, but at the same level, Tier 7. And we had a 3-2 win against them in the final of our little cup. And although it was 3-2, we were much the better team. You can see that we had 23 shots at goal, 7 on target. We had the better of the possession. Been very, very pleased with how many chances we've been creating. We'll have a little chat about tactics in a moment. Let me fill you in on what else we have been doing. I did make some additions to the staff. We had a couple of openings for staff. On the coaching team, we've brought in Noel Watt as a performance analyst. Was it Noel Watt? No, it wasn't, because he's terrible. We brought in a head performance analyst, Marshall Dixon, the young 18-year-old. He's 8 at analysing data, 9 at judging player ability. He was basically the best available. So he's coming in to help the coaching team. I couldn't make any more changes to the coaching team because everybody's got a contract until the end of the season or more. You see here, Richard Maxwell is our assistant manager. He is an absolutely awful coach. Apart from his ability to work with youngsters, he's absolutely terrible, and he's getting £150 a week. That kind of tells you the state of our coaching team right now. We are starting the game with no coaching badges at all, Sunday League experience. So we are building ourselves up from the very bottom, and our coaching team that we've got around us is really not very good. The other addition I made, if I can find him, is Barry Pickett. We've employed Barry Pickett as a chief scout. You can see he's worked as a scout at Charlton, and after that he's been manager at Tunbridge Wells and under-23s manager at Crowborough. But he is a fantastic scout at our level. Look at that, 12 judging player ability, 12 judging player potential. That is phenomenal. So what I wanted to try and do was make a little bit of an investment in the scouts to really try and identify as many players as possible. So Barry Pickett, it won't really come into play until the second half of the season, but Barry Pickett is searching for players that could come into our first team when their contracts expire. So he's looking for players that are going towards the end of their contracts, and so I'm kind of hoping that investing in the scouts is going to help us identify the players that we need to get out of this division. And at the end of the season, I will not review or renew even the majority of our coaching staff, and I will make big changes to the coaching staff, providing we're still here, of course. So that's the first thing. Now we come to transfers. What have we been doing? So if we have a look at the ins, if it wants to change to the ins, all right, this is the ins. Let's go to transfer history. That's going to be easier. Okay, so if we go to transfer histories, you can see we have had a lot of players in on trial. We have, let's have a look. I'm trying to see where we've come from with us. Okay, so we have made 3 free transfers. Okay, so all these above us have all been made before we arrived. So the first was Jack Brown. Now, he looks a fantastic attacking playmaker for our level. This is really exceptional. He has got very, very good dribbling, very good finishing, a decent enough first touch, good passing, and very good vision. Now, in that number 10 role behind the striker, I think he is going to be very useful. We have got him playing as an attacking midfielder on attack. So we've got him trying to run in beyond the striker, join in with the attacking plays. So hopefully he will get his fair share of goals with that 10 finishing. And he's also got 9 long shots, which is not bad. But he can also be the playmaker with that passing and vision. What I really like about him is his mentals, which our team is not the best mentally compared to the rest of the league. So with his 11 decisions, 11 concentration, 11 anticipation, 11 off the ball, 11 vision, decent work rate, he, I think, can be a very, very influential player, the Indonesian. Where was he at before? He was at Lincoln in League One. So I think we've got a really good little star there, and he is on £140 an appearance. If he doesn't play, we don't pay him. So a very good signing there. The other transfer we have made at central defence is Jordan Eli. Look at his technical stats. Now, whilst he's not very good in most technical aspects of the game, in terms of what you need to be a very good central defender, he is exceptional. 14 heading at our level is out of this world, as is 13 tackling. And 12 marking is not shabby at all. 12 decisions, very good. Now, there are some downsides. Again, he's another player that mentally is not very good at all. 7 positioning, 4 concentration is abysmal. 7 composure, not particularly good. But I think in terms of his technical ability, the heading, marking and tackling, he is really, really worth it. And in terms of his physicals, he's a real athlete as well, with that pace, with that agility and acceleration. Not the best jumping reach, but hopefully his heading is going to make up for that. So he was at Huddersfield. He has not had a club for the last couple of years. So he is about to make his professional debut, Jordan Eli. And we've made one more signing, which is Tyler Ford. We only had one goalkeeper, Dean Snedker, and we have brought him in as the sub-goalkeeper. And if we compare the two, if we compare him with Dean Snedker, now Tyler Ford on paper looks like a bit of a downgrade. He's not really got anywhere near the stats of Dean Snedker, but if we look at his attributes, I actually think in everything that I like in a goalkeeper technically, which is the handling, the one-on-ones and the reflexes, he looks pretty good. Now, Dean Snedker does have the same reflex. He's got slightly better one-on-ones, but Dean Snedker's handling is nowhere near as good as Tyler's. And when you factor in the fact that Tyler Ford is 6'5", he has amazing jumping reach, amazing aerial reach, and really good command of area. He beats Dean Snedker in all of those goalkeeping fundamentals. Now, yes, he doesn't have the same composure. He does have better decision making though. He doesn't have as good positioning. There are downsides. He's another player that mentally is not fantastic. But I think in terms of just the basics of what you need from a goalkeeper, he can challenge Dean Snedker for a first team place, particularly with the amount of goals that Dean Snedker has conceded in pre-season. That could be a very shrewd signing. Okay, so those are the 3 signings we've made, and we also have a couple that are in process right now. So we've got Paul Willis, who I've offered a contract to as a 3rd choice goalkeeper, 35 years old. Now you look at him, and again, he's pretty solid for our level. 8 reflexes, 9 kicking, 8 handling, 10 one-on-ones, which is fantastic, and 10 passing, really good as well. Now you might be asking why. He's only going to cost us £15 a game if he plays. And also, I'm a bit of a romantic at heart. Have a look at this. He came through Liverpool's academy, had a loan spell at Stockport where he didn't play, went on a free to AFC Liverpool in 2008-9. He's never played a professional game, the 35-year-old. He hasn't had a club in 12 years. I think this is a nice romantic little story. So £15 a game. Let's bring him in and let's see if we can give the 35-year-old his professional debut. Be a very nice little story, that. So Paul Willis should be coming in. This is the big one. 34-year-old Jamie O'Hara. If we have a look at his career stats, he has played as recently as 2015-16. He has played in the Championship. He has played for Wolves. He has played for Tottenham. He has played for Portsmouth. He started his career in Arsenal's academy. This is Premier League experience. But look at the quality he's still got at 34 years old. 14 passing, 11 vision. 12 first touch, 12 crossing. 10 free kick taking, 10 long shots. He has got, I would say, those are League One or Championship level technicals. And mentally, look at this. Mentally, he is an absolute beast for our level. If we can sign him, he will be the best player in the league. Okay, his physical attributes now are in the toilet. He cannot run. He has no acceleration. But as a defensive playmaker, just sitting in front of the defenders and spraying the ball around, he can be absolutely incredible. We did have him throughout pre-season. He was absolutely dominating games. He is going to be an incredible player. We've offered him a contract, I think, for £220 or £230 a week. Hopefully he's going to accept that. He doesn't have interest from anybody else right now. I cannot wait to get this guy in the team. He is going to be the best player in our division by a country mile. What a signing he can be. If he signs, I think he absolutely turns us into a promotion candidate. So waiting to get Jamie O'Hara's contract done and dusted. I did offer him a contract in pre-season, but he wanted £400 a week or £425 a week. I couldn't do it in our budget. We'll have a look at the finances in a minute. But now that he's left after his trial, he has been prepared to really almost half his wage demands. So we're looking at that one. We have also got, well, Dylan Meredith, a left winger who is currently in on trial. He looks a decent little player. He's willing to come in for, I think it's £50 a week or £50 a game. So hopefully, looking at his stats there, we still don't have the full picture, but he looks very good in terms of his pace, his crossing, his dribbling, his first touch and passing look decent. So I think as an option on the left wing, backup player, £50 a game, I think that looks like a decent little signing. We are going to wait and see the full picture before we confirm that. And the other one is Emmanuel Obama-Kinwa. He has been released by Reading. You can see 11 marking and 12 tackling. The centre-back is not bad at all. Only 8 heading is his weakness technically, but mentally he is great. 11 concentration, 14 decisions, and 12 positioning is exactly what we need. I've got to wait and see if it's doable within the budget though, because with Jamie O'Hara coming in, it is going to push us over the wage budget. We're currently paying, look, £3,700 a week. Jamie O'Hara is going to come in for, I think, 220, 230 a week. That's going to push us over the wage budget. So I don't know if it's really going to be possible to make any more signings. We're going to have to see what happens there, which is a shame because I also have another player which I really want to bring in. We've got here, let's have a look if I can find them. You see all the green names. We've had probably over 100 players on trial through pre-season. But we've got here Demarlio Brown Sterling, 19-year-old striker who's been released from Bolton. He played 2 games in League One. So I saw that. I thought if he's good enough to have played a couple of games in League One, he's got to be good enough for us. Now, technically, he's very, very solid. Lots of 9s and 10s. 10 finishing, 9 first touch is good enough at our level. But then mentally, he's very solid. Pretty much all 9s and 10s through his mentals. But he's got that 11 vision, which means he can link the play. 11 work rate and 10 teamwork. Very good at our level. And then off the ball as a striker, 10 off the ball, 10 concentration, 9 composure and 9 anticipation. Really, really good. And then physically, he's an absolute beast for our level. 6 foot tall, fast, strong. He's got the stamina to keep running, keep pressing. And we've played him 3 times in pre-season. He's got 4 goals and assist. So I really would love to make that permanent. We did make him an offer, but again, he wanted, I think it was £275 a week, which to get the Jamie O'Hara deal through, I can't afford. I'm going to wait and see what happens when he finishes his trial with us, if he will accept less money. Hopefully he will. So that's pretty much the whole situation there. If we look at our squad as a whole, I want to show you the contract situation. If we look at contracts and we go to wages, you can see Jay Williams, our right back, is he's earning £525 a week. I do think he's worth it, but he's absorbing almost 20% of the wage budget. I think that is, isn't it? Then Dean Snedker, he's been conceding an awful lot of goals in pre-season. I'm not convinced about his shot-stopping attributes. He's on £475 a week. And then Matthew Slynn, who is going to start today's game, he's on £325. And Ryan Hughes, who's currently on the bench, he's on £325 as well. Patrick Casey earns £70 a week. He is not going to play unless it's really exceptional circumstances. He's our 3rd choice right back. So there's a few players there that if I could get rid of, maybe Matthew Slynn and Ryan Hughes, if I could get them off the wage bill, and maybe Dean Snedker if he's not really cutting it as the season goes on. If I could get those 3 off the wage bill, I could really improve this squad, I feel. But as it is, we're kind of stuck with those players for the moment. So that's the way things are looking at the end of pre-season. That's the situation we're in. And what we're going to do, we're going to do a 2-part episode because we're now well into this. We're going to do we're going to finish part 1 here, and we're going to come back for part 2 to play our first game of the season against Banbury. And when we come back, we'll look at the lineup here and we'll talk a little bit about how we're playing. So that's all for now. This has been kind of a long introduction, but I wanted to kind of be thorough and kind of show you everything that's been going on. When we come back, we'll look at how we're lining up for this game, and we'll see how we get on in our league debut. All right, welcome back, everybody. Well, here we are. We are ready to play our first league game of the season, our competitive debut as AFC Rushden Diamonds manager. This is the team that is going to play. We've got Tom Lorraine up front, the 31-year-old with his 14 finishing and 11 heading. Really good off the ball. He scored 4 in 7 in pre-season. Hopefully he is going to be able to keep that going. We've got a couple of strikers that have been in on trial that look pretty good. I can't really afford them in the budget right now. So I'm really looking to Tom Lorraine to really lead this team, lead the line up front, and kind of take away the necessity to break the wage budget to bring anybody else in up front. So hopefully Tom Lorraine is gonna do the business up front, and backing him up, we've got our new signing, Jack Brown. He is hopefully going to get lots of goals and assists in that number 9 role. Ravi Shamsi is starting on the right wing, and we have got him playing as in a playmaking inside forward role. He's on support, so maybe he can use his passing and vision to set some goals up, but also get into positions to finish as well. Another inside forward is Connor Furlong on the left. Again, with his dribbling, a little bit of passing and vision. Hopefully he can set some goals up, but also get involved in the goal scoring as well. And what I'm looking for with these 4, I'm playing very narrow. I'm with 2 inside forwards. I'm really looking to for these 4. Well, I'm really looking for these 4. Oh, where have we gone? Let's go back. I'm really looking for these 4 to really just flood the area when we're attacking. I'm looking to get 4 attacking players in amongst the 2 centre-backs, or sometimes 3 centre-backs of the opposition, and just really outnumber them in the box. Behind, we've got Jesse Akabine. Again, he might not be defensively the best midfielder, but he can kind of do a little bit defensively with 9 marking, 9 tackling. But he's there really as a playmaker to make the most out of that first touch passing, and he's really good decisions. He's a really good leader as well, and he's got a bit of pace about him to get up and down in the midfield. And Matthew Slynn is going to be starting today as a ball-winning midfielder. He's not really technically capable of it. 5 marking, 8 tackling. He's not the greatest. Obviously, we want O'Hara to come in and take his place in the team, which will improve us no end. But I mean, he's got good positioning and good decisions, so hopefully he can hold his own in there. Again, he's another player with a little bit of athletic ability about him, so hopefully he can do the job there for us today. We've got Ben Ford on the bench, who is probably our best option as a defensive midfielder with his 7 marking, 10 tackling. You can see he's pretty average in everything. Ben Ford I would expect to see coming in if Matthew Slynn is not really working. Into defence, Jay Williams at right back. Fantastic. He can be right back or centre back. Fantastic for our level. 13 strength. He's one of the few players in our team that really has a real physical presence to him. 6'1" and 13 strength. But he's playing right back. I just don't have any other. He's probably our best centre back, but I don't have any other options at right back really of his level. So I think as a right back, he is one of the best in the league. So that's where he's playing. With his 9 dribbling and 8 crossing, he will hopefully figure in the attacking side of the game as well. Left back, we've got Sam Warburton, who I think is a fantastic left back option at our level. I think he's got to be one of the best in the league at our level. And then at centre back, we have got our new signing, Jordan Eli, making his professional debut at 20 years old, hopefully using that great technical presence that he has got as a centre back. And he's going to be partnered by our new captain, Alex Collard. I've given him the captain's armband. The 26-year-old centre back, He's got decent ability, technical ability as a centre-back with his 11 heading, 10 tackling, 9 marking. And with 9 positioning, he is kind of our best defender in terms of his positional awareness. So he's coming in there. We've obviously seen that we've got other defensive options in the transfer market, but we probably need to sell before we can bring any of those in. So he looks our best option at the moment. 13 strength, 6 foot tall, 11 jumping reach. He's the man to kind of man mark at set pieces. And then in goal is, of course, Dean Snedker, one of our top earners. Hopefully, he is going to prove himself to be one of the best in the league. On the bench, Liam Dolman, our ex-captain, Ryan Hughes, centre-back option. You've seen Ben Ford. Fernando Bell-Toxtell is our midfield option. He can play central midfield or attacking midfield. He's kind of solid, kind of got a little bit about him. Decent little option coming off the bench and to play a few games. And we've got Claudio Diaz on the bench, our right winger. Again, solid enough for our level, decent crossing, decent athletic ability. And our sub-striker today is Joel Giassi. 12 finishing, not bad. He's very athletic with his 10 off the ball and 10 decisions, 9 anticipation. He's a decent little striking option at our level. And we do need him because right now, Laurel Smith, our other striker, is recovering from sprained knee ligaments. He's out for another month. So he's another decent little striking option on the bench who could hopefully come in and get a few goals this season and reduce the need for us to dip into the transfer market anymore. All right, now I have chosen here to go with this possession play because we do have a very technical team and we are not really a team capable of kind of battling the game out. We're not really a pressing team. We're not really a physical team. If we look at, for example, technically, we are above the league average in pretty much everything except tackling. Tackling is the only technical aspect of the game that we're not above the rest of the league in. And you can see we are way, way, way above the league average for our technical skills. So I feel like we're suited to try and play a possession game. In non-league saves, you don't usually get too far playing possession, but I think it just suits the team that we've got. Mentally, we are above the league average in some things. We are well below the league average in others. So mentally, we do have a little bit of a problem. Physically, again, we are way below the league average in natural fitness and in stamina, and we are a little below the league average in strength. So we are not a strong team. We are not a physically strong team. So again, attacking, we're well above the league average. Midfield, we are below in things like tackling, teamwork, stamina. So playing a physical pressing game is not really for us. Defensively, again, below the league average in strength and tackling. So I'm just trying to, we're above the league average in goalkeeping. So I'm just trying to focus on playing to our strengths. And I feel like a possession game is where we're going to manage that really. So that's the team for today's game. Hopefully we can get off to a winning start. I think it could end up being a real shootout because as you've seen, defensively, we have been conceding a lot of goals in pre-season. We are not really capable of dealing with the side of the play without the ball. So we've really got to try and make the most of our strengths. Oh, there we go. So I've already got to take Paul Willis out because he is only on trial. I thought I only had 5 subs in this league. Do I get more subs? Okay, so we do get 7 substitutes, which I didn't realise. I thought we only had 5 substitutes in our league. So I can put one more in. Who do I want to put in? I could go Tyler Ford, the goalkeeper. I could go Jack Ashton, who gives us a midfield and left back option. Or we could go Garwood, who is a right back option. Sikuna is not really much of an option. Sikuna is an attacking midfielder who you can see is very, very average, doesn't really offer too much apart from a little bit of strength, which we don't have in other areas. I'm going to put Tyler Ford in, our sub-goalkeeper. He's going to complete the squad. So let's get this game underway. And I'm kind of quietly confident. Just the fact that we've been competing with Vanarama North and South teams in pre-season kind of gives me the confidence that at a lower level we can be a decent team. But again, you just never know. There's times in Football Manager when, well, let's give the team talk first. Go out there and impress me, or give the fans their money's worth. I'm not gonna go with my assistant's recommendation, but maybe I should have, because they haven't really reacted. Make me proud. Alex Collard likes that. Nobody else. When you're a new manager with no coaching badges, it can be kind of tough to get the players motivated. But we've got a couple, Collard and Slyn, reacting well. Yeah, so I'm kind of confident that with our attacking potency that we've shown in pre-season, hopefully we can compete and kind of outscore teams. We are now rated, I think, as 5th or 6th favourites for the league. So we've improved as they get a very early chance. We've maybe got away with one there. We are 5th or 6th favourites for the league after our transfer business, the 3 players that we bought in. So we've risen from 11th. I think when we get our final signings in, as they now attack again, and we are really struggling at the start of this game in the first quarter of an hour. As Akarini wins it and breaks away, and we lose it again. I think by the time we get our final signings of pre-season in, I think we're going to be one of the favourites for the league. But we are going to have to find a way of competing without that physical presence. We just don't have those players. So here we are now starting to get into the game. Lorraine having that long shot saved as we now get a little bit more possession. Akabine, can he use his passing? That's a lovely ball out wide. Warburton's cross. And Tom Lorraine really should have scored. That's a great opportunity. Let's encourage the players. In pre-season, they've kind of responded best to being encouraged. They don't really like having demands put on them. As now Brown puts Lorraine in, and our season is up and running. Tom Lorraine, hopefully the first of many for the season. Really nice combination between Shamsi, Brown, and then Lorraine. That's what Brown was brought in for. That's what we want to see from him, assisting Tom Lorraine. And hopefully now we can start taking a bit more control of this game, because Banbury have had 60% of the possession. But we are now the ones getting the highlights as Tom Lorraine goes close again, heading over from the back post. Can we now just take control and really maybe get our season off to an impressive start? So far, everything working well. You can see I've got an attacking mentality on the team. I am going to demand more and see how they react. They've reacted all right to that. I've got an attacking mentality on the team. During pre-season, we started off balanced and then positive, and we didn't really seem to take control of the games with that. So, shall we? I'm trying to think. I'm sure if I praise them, they're going to respond well. But then there is a form of thinking in Football Manager that you should never praise them at half time. I'm not going to go with the assistant again. I'm going to go, I'm pleased we've created loads and the scoreboard reflects that. I knew the players would respond well to that. Hopefully that now doesn't result in complacency in the second half. Can we now really take control and put this game to bed? You can see they've only had one shot on target. We do now look very much in control. Really pleasing performance in terms of the amount of chances we've created, but in terms of the goals, we are still in danger in this game. We do, you feel, have to put this to bed with another goal. As Furlong off the bar, and we now have a corner. Can we finish it here? With our goals against record in pre-season, I don't have the confidence for us to keep a clean sheet, as Tom Lorraine is offside there. Really feel like we do just need one more. And what changes do we possibly make here? Again, options on the bench, we don't really have many. I kind of feel like any change I make is going to kind of weaken us here. I want to stick with the same team as it stands. As Furlong now hits the post, he's hit the woodwork twice. The player's condition looks okay right now. I'm going to stick with this. I mean, Banbury have still only had one shot on target. We really have been the dominant team. I'm just going to do a little bit of time wasting, and I'm going to stop overlapping with the fullbacks, even though I feel like that's working. And I think, well, we'll stick with this as it is right now. Let's just encourage the players for the last 10 minutes. Williams and Warburton, the two fullbacks, now looking very tired. I think we might make some changes for the last 5 minutes here, just to give the players the legs to see this game out. As Warburton puts a cross in, thought maybe there might have been a little foul in there, but Brown, and Jack Brown on his debut finishes it off. Really good performance, really strong performance. And that's a very nice goal to finish off this game. Ravi Shamsi, he did his fullback all ends up. Nice cross in, and Jack Brown found himself a little bit of space, the number 10. A goal and assist for him on his debut. Let's make some changes for the last couple of minutes plus injury time. We have got some very tired players here. Alex Collard is shattered. Let's bring on Liam Dolman, a little bit of experience just to see the game out there. Let's have a look at tactically what I'm doing. Who else do we want to change here? Tom Lorraine is very tired. I think let's bring Jesse off. Ben Ford comes in. Let's make Ben Ford. Is he better as a ball-winning midfielder or a it doesn't really matter. We'll leave him as the ball-winning midfielder. And we'll make Matthew Slynn a ball-winning midfielder as well. Two ball-winning midfielders to finish things off. And I'm just going to bring Jack Brown off as well. And I think what we might do is just bring in Claudio Diaz on the wing and just make Ravi Shamsi an attacking playmaker at number 10 to finish the game off. Just get some fresh legs in, just to finish off a very, very good day's work in the first game of the season. Very pleased with that. I was worried about the defence. Defensively, we have been exceptional. Obviously, we still don't know how good Banbury are going to be as the season goes on, but that is a very impressive performance. We've ended up having the better of the possession, 89% passes completed, 12 of 18 shots on target. A very, very nice start to the season. Let's really use that to boost the morale of the players to finish. And I guess we have to be really, really pleased there, don't we? What a start. Let's have a look and just see when we might come back. If we first of all, if we have a look at the competition. So if we look at season preview, we are now, you remember at the start of pre-season we were rated as the 11th favourites for the league. We're now rated as 5th favourites. Tamworth, Nuneaton and Stratford are looked at as the favourites. If we go and look at the schedule, so we've got Stratford in 3 games time. After that we kind of go on for a while until we play Nuneaton Borough there in October. So I think what we might do is perhaps go all the way through to Nuneaton Borough. That Nuneaton Borough away, if things are going well, I think that could be a big game. I think what we might do, we've got the FA Cup first qualifying round here at the start of September. I think we'll come back at the start of September for the FA Cup. And then after that, the next episode would probably be Nuneaton. So, yeah, very pleased with that. Let's see if we can get Jamie O'Hara confirmed for the team. I think he's the man that is absolutely going to push us to another level. We will see you for the next episode. Very good start to the game, or to the season. And let's see how things go. Thanks for being with us. Hope you've enjoyed Dog Turds into Diamonds. If you have liked it, give us a like, subscribe to the channel and share with your friends. We are a new channel, so it'd be much appreciated if you can help us grow a little bit. We will see you next time for Dog Turds into Diamonds.